Hello everyone! Thank you for joining me once again after this gigantic month-long hiatus. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I just want to say before I get into the meat of this video, I'm so thankful for the subscribers that I've gotten over the past couple months. I'm at 21 right now, which is honestly I know there are people out there with 500,000 subscribers, but seriously, 21, just when I saw that, it just made my heart soar, and it made me think that I really want to keep going with this, because there were a few points within the last few weeks where I thought I would quit because I didn't think I was, really going to do a very good job with this. But after seeing that there are people out there who watch my videos and who actually appreciate, somebody else's viewpoint, that it just makes me feel really, really great, and I want to keep doing this. So yeah, I have a lot to talk about, and it makes me so happy that there are people out there watching. So thank you so much for all of the support, and seriously, I can't thank you enough. So this video is going to be about Black Lives Matter versus we must stop killing each other. So I had no idea about this whole initiative until I moved to St. Louis. We all know about Black Lives Matter. You see it on the news, you see it online. It's not anything that nobody's ever heard of. But this other initiative called, it's a sign that is very St. Louis specific. People have bumper stickers and, yard signs and stuff like that. But this one specific sign that I see versus the Black Lives Matter sign, it says we must stop killing each other, and it's got the St. Louis Arch in the background. So I really had no idea about the difference or anything about it until my boyfriend brought it up. I just moved to St. Louis last year, and it will be a year in May. So I'm still learning, things about this place. My work and the community that I live in, it actually really forces me to pay attention to the very wide, separation between the classes. If you come to St. Louis, this is one of the more stratified cities that I've been to, in that it's very distinct. The poor versus, the working class versus the rich. There's a huge, very visible distinction. There are barricades and things like that. There's even a part of the city called the Del Mar Divide, because on one side is a very affluent neighborhood, there's shops and there's lots of stuff to do, and there's wealthy people and wealthy, signs of wealth, parks and houses and schools and, all that stuff. And then on the other side of it is dilapidated houses, neighborhoods where the crime rate is sky high. It's very apparent. When I heard about the Black Lives Matter movement back in 2014, I started to ask my own questions and get a little concerned about the whole thing. And over the years, they've proven to really not be what they seem. I'm not really going to go into all that and how much I disagree with it. Now, I understand that they were very prominent in the whole Mike Brown situation, which took place here in St. Louis. So this sign, we must stop killing each other, it's actually made by a small foundation called Better Family Life. It's a foundation based out of St. Louis that their ultimate goal is to basically they understand the plight of the Black community and the Black family unit and how things can be improved, and they're working on rebuilding the family, because a lot of them are, single mother households in which the father isn't present, or, the mother herself is a child when she has a child. So it's very hard to take care of someone else when you're really not able to take care of yourself. So the reason I more agree with Better Family Life than Black Lives Matter is because of the way they went about their initiative. So even the sentence, we must stop killing each other, that includes everybody. It's not exclusive at all. And I know, people make the argument, well, just because I say Black Lives Matter doesn't mean that other lives don't matter. Yes, but the statement itself, if we're talking about words, the statement itself is very exclusive. See, that's the whole thing is, you're saying just because you say Black Lives Matter doesn't mean other lives don't matter, but you're not even talking about other lives. You're specifically talking about Black lives. I definitely don't disagree with the statement Black Lives Matter. I just think that if you're going for an initiative like this, and if you're going for a message like this, you need to be inclusive. Otherwise, there's going to be people who are saying, well, you don't really care about anybody else. Your statement in itself is exclusive. So yeah, all of us, everyone on the planet, like, we must stop killing each other. We're all humans. We all have something in common. It's not just about black people. It's not just about white people. It's not just about the police. It's not just about, one race over the other or a different group of people. Like, it is all encompassing. We all want violence to end. Good people on the planet who want harmony. We all want to see violence end. And I think this message is so good in that. Is like, when I see that, it's like, yes, we really should stop killing each other. Why are we doing that? There's no reason to. And I know that the message is really, really, it's more directed upon people in those neighborhoods, but even if you're not from that neighborhood, that's a statement that you can agree with. It's not like, when someone says, oh, like, you don't think Black Lives Matter, it's like, of course I think that, but there's something so annoying about somebody asking you that. But as far as, we must stop killing each other, yeah, let's stop killing each other. There's nothing, it's almost like the whole intention behind it is pure. They want to see harmony within society. It's not trying to stratify people in any way by making it an exclusive statement. And I love that. Like, it's crazy that, somebody has to actually say it, but I'm glad that they did. And before telling other people that Black Lives Matter, Black people need to understand that Black Lives Matter. I think we've all seen statistics on the amount of black on black crime that happens that nobody's willing to talk about, because that's not news to people. I mean, I don't really understand why the social justice warriors won't address it, because it's not about, oh, white cops killing black people. They're 13% of the population, yet more crime is committed against each other. Now, that's something that nobody's willing to address in the BLM movement. Like, it doesn't seem like anybody on that side wants to talk about the fact that, yes, Black lives matter, and they shouldn't just matter to people who aren't black. They should matter to people who are black. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to bring attention to Black Lives Matter. I'm trying to bring attention to this one movement, Better Family Life, who I'm really just trying to bring attention to it because I agree with it so much. I think it's such a great cause to, pay attention to, because they're actually doing work, like, in black neighborhoods. It's not about marching around saying that all cops should die. No, it's actually about helping people, like, in the real world who have real problems. I think in order to be part of a movement, you need to understand where they're coming from. So that's what I love about We Must Stop Killing Each Other, is everybody can be a part of that, because we all understand that we shouldn't kill other people. I think that's so cool. Like, the fact that somebody, I just, that's what I love about it, is that it can apply to anybody. There's no shady political agenda. They're not stopping traffic and stopping public gatherings from happening to push some virtue signaling agenda. They're not calling the people who protect us pigs. They're actually trying to benefit the community from within. It's not just like a bunch of rich kids standing around holding signs. It's people it's people who are from these neighborhoods actually helping their neighbors, try to get better and actually help them out and make a living and, just make lives better. That's, I feel like that's the most awesome thing one can do. The stigma that this stigma with the Black Lives Matter movement and the signs and the protesting and all of that, like, it's a very intense, almost violent, just like, not something that I want to be a part of. I think there's honestly something good about movements where, like, yes, it's all about good feelings and relating to one another. BLM doesn't make me feel that way. BLM makes me feel excluded I don't feel like I want to be a part of it because it's so aggressive, it's disruptive, it's like, you've seen the videos of, you know, BLM protesters blocking traffic, and like, you're blocking the poor black guy or black woman who's just trying to get to work and just can't, like, they don't have time for your shit. Why don't you go get a fucking job? It makes me so angry. Like, you're not helping anyone. You are literally not helping anyone. In fact, you're hindering them. Because of you, that black person who lives, like, in the hood, maybe he's trying to get to work, but he can't because your dumbass is in the way. So, according to this Guardian article that I found this whole thing on, apparently white people are afraid to post the Black Lives Matter sign because they're afraid of what other people will think. I mean, it's also just like, a lot of people from BLM don't want white people's help. Like, they don't want it, which, whatever, that's fine. But I can understand the fear there. But also, like, I mean, if anybody is afraid to post your sign, isn't that, like, kind of a good indication that you should probably change the way that your movement is operating? Also, posting, like, the Black Lives Matter sign, or just, you know, like, even saying the word, it's almost like saying you agree with all of the things that they've done and the ideals that they represent. Like, BLM is a movement. It's a group of people. Like, you can say you are part of it. Like, it's almost like a, I don't want to say a cult, but at the same time, it's a group that you join who has a core set of values, and they have goals that they're trying to work towards, which don't really make sense to me, and honestly, they seem kind of far-fetched and not something that I'd want to be a part of, but whatever. Not here to talk about that. But with this other sign, you don't have to be a part of anything. You're just promoting this really good idea that we should all care about each other and we should stop hurting each other. I see a lot of Black Lives Matter signs, but I also see a lot of the we must stop killing each other. Now, what's really interesting is that, you know, you can check this out in the article, is that impoverished neighborhoods, they have the we must stop killing each other signs. Neighborhoods that are rich and have affluent people in them, who are mostly white, they are the ones that have the Black Lives Matter signs. The we must stop killing each other ones are mostly put in black neighborhoods, you know, neighborhoods that, they're mostly in impoverished neighborhoods where, you know, a lot of work needs to be done, and there are mostly black inhabitants in those neighborhoods. They are the people posting the signs, we must stop killing each other. Doesn't that tell you something, where you see the Black Lives Matter signs in places where there aren't really that many, I mean, there really aren't any problems. Like, it's a rich society, you have nice things, like, you are surrounded by nice things, you have a nice life, you know, why don't you help out the little guy who is just trying to make their community better? Post the we must stop killing each other signs. Those are great. I don't have a yard, so, you know. But anyway, my point is that I think this initiative and this program is so great, and it's just an entire world away from Black Lives Matter. There's so many things wrong with that movement, and I know you know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to, you know, bring some attention to this, and maybe, you know, if you could Google it, and, like, I wasn't I'd not get endorsed by anybody. Like, this is just something that I've seen, and I thought it was such a great thing. The people who go to private colleges and are, like, marching around with Black Lives Matter signs, do they really care about the plight of the black family? If they do, they have to come to terms with a lot of things that go against their narratives. Things like the black culture in the United States, it doesn't promote a cohesive family unit. Once you come to terms with that, you can actually start doing some good. And that's what Better Family Life is trying to do. It's because they understand what happens. It's like a vicious cycle of a non-cohesive family unit being surrounded by drugs and gang activity, and, you know, having the courage and having the resources to be able to resist those. Those aren't things that are really being looked at. Instead, you have the 20-year-old kid who's in college, who's skipping class to block traffic so that the average working class guy can't get to work on time because this asshole's in the way. Anyway, that was just my little rant, and I really hope you go check them out. They have a website. It's like very small, and they're based out of St. Louis, and I think you can make donations if you're totally interested in like helping them out. I'm sure they would love, you know, some sort of support there. I will post the Guardian link that I found and the link to their website at the bottom in the description. And that's the cat. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and thank you again so much for watching, and I really hope you keep sticking with me, and, you know, we'll go through life together. Oh, here's something. I would like to show you my Kekistani flag right there. Proud Kekistani, my boyfriend and I. So if you are also a proud Kekistani, let me know. I would love to hear your comments on this video or about Kekistan and the beautiful flag that I currently own, and that will always hang above our bed from now on. Anyway, again, thank you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.